Sorry I am doing this over stream. I don't have editing software on my computer, so bear with me. And my mic audio might be pretty bad, so sorry about that. Anyways, my story it's really tragic, but I'm here, aren't I? Well, where to start? All through grade school as a child, I was bullied really relentlessly by my peers. And one day it got so bad, my friend had left me and pretty much betrayed me, and I was alone. So when I was 12, I shot myself. So I didn't let anyone know. They found me in a puddle of my own blood. Well, I called my dad to make sure he was on his way home from work that day. So if I did survive, I would have someone to revive me in a way, because I wasn't 100% sure of it. Like, I didn't even leave a note or anything. It's pretty weird of me. They're like, why isn't there a note? So count to 3, pull the trigger. Next thing I know, I'm in the hospital, fading in and out of consciousness, and I could hear things like, get him some oxygen, he's dying, people crying and stuff. But and I was out for about 3 weeks in a coma. Not sure I'd survive. And people were worried about me, and my family sent out a prayer call for the whole world. The real tragedy begins when I was in the hospital, and my friends seldom visited, and when they did, they were not the greatest to me. And then, when I got out of the hospital, who stayed with me? No one but an old friend that I forgot I even had from swim team. We used to swim team with me. And my mom and her mom went to the same sorority together, and said while I was in my coma something along the lines of, my son really feels like he has a special connection. Okay. There's gotta be more quiet now. And then ironically, the last person I had left, what, other than my family, who was great the whole time, was this person 4 years older than me, who I barely knew at the time. But we became closer than family pretty much. Like, he would come almost every day and would take me to dinner with his family, cousins, and stuff.
You captured Zone A.
And it was great for a while. Then, after a few months of rehab, I was cleared to go back to real school, which was great because I needed new friends. But as people who know me know, I'm a terrible judge of character. So these new friends, some of them were worse than my old ones. And the hospital was great though.
You captured Zone C.
I was given world-class treatment, and the doctors were great, and I went to rehab with really nice therapists. And what else am I leaving out?
You lost Zone C. You captured
I'm
Zone
working
A.
on a book actually. So if you want more info, just read about it. Book's coming along, but I hit writer's block. Like, if me writing was mining Minecraft, I had just hit bedrock recently. But I'll think of something, and
You lost Zone A.
I actually, come to think of it, I had no real good friends my age. At least ones that stuck around. My best friend through high school was actually a year younger than me. And he was great. I'm not allowed to use real names, but the hint is he was significantly smaller than me, and his name started with an M. That's all I'm legally allowed to tell, because
You captured Zone C.
lawsuits and stuff don't want to get sued.
Enemy team is breaking. You lost Zone C.
Probably should have left a note, because the cops ended up holding my dad, who convinced them to let him try and revive me because he's a dual certified doctor and stuff. And they did. The police officers on the case that day were amazing. And I even called an ambulance because I had a seizure shortly after I got out of the hospital, like a day out of my birthday. And who showed up in the ambulance? The same cops who came to save me when I was in most need. I'd rather take people I barely know who are loyal and 1,000 fake friends. Also, I've always been really into foam sword fighting, like LARPing, but without the roleplay aspect. Like, been training with older children since I was a child, berserker style, into it. I'm not quite sure that I can afford to publish my book when it's done at this moment, but my parents gave me pretty much carte blanche on the credit card when I had just gotten out because I had to get rid of a bunch of my stuff because I was really into airsoft at that particular moment in time. And they're just like, can't have airsoft guns, but you can charge whatever you want on the credit card, which was great at the time. So now I have a bunch of like expensive lightsabers and stuff that I outgrew a while ago. Don't get me wrong, I still love Star Wars, but collecting expensive lightsabers is more of a phase, really, that went from late middle school to early high school. And so do I want to do another match of playing? I've pretty much told everything I remember and I'm willing to tell today. So, see you in the next video.